Woo! What up?
What up? So today, did we have this car on the channel before?
I think I did a short on it, I think. I don't think we did a full video because that was right before you got deployed.
That's right. So it's got a BTR Stage 2 V2 cam in it, LS3.
Came that way.
Came that way, yep. And it was tuned by another shop when it got here. And it was not good.
It was, in fact, not good.
And it was literally just a cam and headers through high flow cats.
Yep.
And we got it much better with the tune, which we'll show you the numbers here in a minute. But we picked it up quite a bit with just the tune. And he said, like, what can I do to make more power? I said, well, you can do a ported rodded intake manifold, which we did. He had a kind of like a homemade cold air, but off of the factory stuff that was still pretty restrictive. So we did a rotofab, and we did an underdrive pulley, and we did a DSX E85 flex fuel sensor. So,
and it was able to support it on the E85
on stock injectors.
On stock injectors, it's 98%.
Barely, right? At the top, it's 98.
So now we have even more data, and we know exactly how much power we can make before we're like.
Yeah, nope. And the thing about it too is, as these cars get older, the factory fuel pumps just get a little less efficient. So Chris was saying that the data was showing us that the pressure was dropping off down into the 50s.
High 50. Yeah, low 50s.
Low 50s.
Yep.
Never saw 40 something, did you?
No, I never saw 40s, and I never saw above 100% duty cycle.
So low 50s, right? I mean, no matter how big, we've said this before, but no matter how big of an injector you put in there, you still have to have the fuel pressure behind it. So there's a point where you can just keep adding injector and it's not going to add fuel. You're going to just keep. And the
Caprices have the same similar setup. I feel like the ones with the fuel pump control modules do a little better than the G8s, and it could be an age thing as well.
Yeah, could be. But
I don't know. Plus, I can see it maybe.
Maybe because they kind of turn down a little bit when they don't need all the pressure. They're pulse width modulated, so you're not running it wide open against a 60-pound regulator.
True. They turn down for what?
For what? But anyway, to the numbers. What we got on the screen here is
a lot of data.
Yeah, we got 4 different numbers. The first number is just the way it came in when we always do a baseline.
322, 352. That is.
The air fuel, it was not a full pass because the air fuel was just going way off the chart lean.
Yeah, we got rid of that one pretty quick.
And then at the end of the day, after all, just tuning only, it went to 405. 397. So it picked up 5 foot-pounds and
And to be fair with that one, the mass airflow was not working. He had a blown fuse for the mass airflow.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure what happened there either.
A lot of these cars, this is something, if you own a Camaro and you're having weird problems and blowing fuses, a lot of these cars have metal wiring, looms. They hold the wiring harness right here. As they age and this plastic gets brittle and the loom gets brittle, what you end up having is wires rubbing on that metal wire piece.
Yeah, we've seen it cause this.
Yeah.
What's the other thing it causes? Misfires.
Yeah, misfires, O2 sensors, fuses, the emissions fuses, just weird problems. If you're blowing fuses, that's a good spot to look. So
yeah, for sure.
That's what this was. Common. We just usually pull it off. It's not going anywhere. So we did that, fixed that. So yeah, but that's how it came in.
So looking at the numbers, no additional timing, just dialing in the fuel for the new mods. We picked up 22 horsepower and
that's
almost 10 foot-pounds.
That's pretty awesome.
With the intake manifold, and the pulley.
Yep.
And then we added some E85, which that is 443 and 428. A lot of that's attributed to the 4 or 5 more degrees timing.
Yeah, it liked the E85.
Yeah, it liked it.
It was a little more than 2% that we usually see.
And I think the reason is on these as well that they don't have quite as much compression as the LS3 cars.
That's true.
So you can add a little bit more time. And the more compression.
L99 cars, they have valve reliefs for the DOD stuff. For the variable valve.
The more timing, the more compression, it looks like the less timing you have to run. Yep. But that's a very, very general statement. Every car is different. I shouldn't even say that because, of course, somebody happened to comment and say, well, but sometimes that's generally what I've seen. Yeah, that's generally what I've seen. So the gains there are really awesome. I'm real happy with it now. We're going to, just go drive it. But we wanted to do this one, not because, because it's making good power, but because we want to show the little details make so much difference.
For sure.
So on the internet, if you see somebody say, hey, I got a BTR2 car and it made 320 or I think he said at the other shop it made 380, I think, 370.
Yeah.
And so we picked up 40 horsepower from tuning, somewhere around that. And then just literally a few bolt-on modifications, we got it from, let's say it made 380 before.
Yeah.
With a few bolt-ons, we went from 380 to 443. And that's the difference between a car that's really set up, dialed in, and has all the nice bolt-ons, or you just threw a cam in there.
That's right. You got to do it all. You know, you got to wrap up everything. You got to cover all your bases. The other thing we always like to point out is run factory coils.
Yes, please.
Don't run aftermarket coils. There's no need on these. We've had several cars with issues.
Correct.
Just weird gremlins, misfires and strange things, and it's been the coils a lot of the time. So
have you ever seen a factory coil go bad?
I don't think I have. Maybe one. We've had. I think
we had one.
I mean, it's just so rare.
And anytime we have a car with aftermarket coils, it's at least a 50-50 shot that there is one bad already.
Yes.
We saw one guy literally just put them on there. As soon as it got here, it was bad.
Yeah. We had one with aftermarket coils. We did some work to it. Ran fine here. He went and picked it up. We cranked it up, and it was sitting out there misfiring. It was running on 7. It was the coil.
Put the factory coils on it, cleaned it up. So yeah, do not run aftermarket coils. These so far are so good. I don't know if they're Excels or the Chinese Excels, but right now they're doing okay. And I don't know if he has the originals, but you know, that's just something else to think about as well. So we're gonna go drive this one. I'm gonna make sure everything's dialed in there, and we should be good. Dusty's got some other things coming in. We're gonna try to get the blower on another car, and we've got a few more drop-offs here this week, and we're gonna try to stay up on the channel a little bit more.
Yeah, so thanks everybody. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends.
Thanks.
See ya.